Hey up everyone, as promised I'm back again. Today we had the final hearing at the Austrian courts to deal with the KTM insolvency and the consequent restructuring plan. First off, some good news. The creditors have finally accepted the restructuring plan for KTM AG. Shares in Pierer Mobility have recently shot up by nearly 17%. And according to Reuters, there was a complete block on trading of both PMG and KTM shares on the stock exchange, but we get no explanation why. The final agreement means that creditors will get a 30% cash quota of their claims, but now this will be paid in one chunk rather than gradually, as had originally been proposed. That means KTM AG needs to deposit $548 million in the administrator's account before May the 23rd. Then it gets complicated and a bit dubious, to be honest. Because until today it had been stated very clearly that all the money needed to be in place by this hearing, and it isn't. Today they recorded that they need another 100 million by March the 31st to begin production again, but that only adds up to a total of 150 million euros, and previously it had been clearly stated by Pierre Zockling and Peter Vogel, the administrator, that 200 million euros per month was the amount needed to keep the production running. And with production having been stopped since December, I would expect the first month to include an increase in cost, not a decrease, unless something has changed regarding the cost of the employees. So the million-dollar question has to be, where is all the money coming from? Well, Bajaj, who already own nearly half of KTM, have deposited the initial 50 million with the administrators, but that is a loan to cover immediate operational costs, which, although some may say is a lifesaver, is yet more debt for a company that is weighed down by debt already. Bajaj have recently invested money to save the Pierer Mobility Group and increase their stake in the Pierer Bajaj Group, so they will now be the majority shareholders by my calculations. Basically, Pierer's mate from India has pulled him out of the fire. A quick reminder, if you enjoy it, try to remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Sharing the video any way you think people will be interested helps us a lot now. The YouTube algorithm has thrown us in the bin again too. If you could, subscribing to the channel on Rumble will also help us. The link is below in the description and on the community page. There are some videos I can't post here that are uploaded there, as well as some you will know. There are more details as to how you can support the channel at the end of the video and in the description, so I'll skip that for now. Getting back to the story, there is another secret investor involved. Apparently, they've been working with Bajaj to save KTM, but there are no details about who they actually are. The creditors' vote took place today and claims totaling 2 billion were recognised out of a total of 2.25 billion that were presented. Today they said that to get production back up and running from mid-March 2025 they need the extra 150 million to keep things afloat, with about 2,000 employees returning to work by the end of May. They are planning to get all 4 production lines running at full capacity on a single shift operation within 3 months. So that means the other 2,500 staff will be doing what for the next 3 months exactly? US hedge fund Whitebox Advisors, who hold a fair chunk of KTM's promissory notes, wanted lenders to reject the plan and were pushing out their own proposal, seeking a share in any future profits from KTM's turnaround. The plan was, however, given the thumbs down by the insolvency administrator Peter Vogel, and there was no news on the BMW buyout at all. What today's hearing didn't clear up was where Citigroup, who have been hired by PMG to help find the additional 550 million needed to help finance the cash quota and further production, are getting the money from. The administrators will have been given promissory notes for them to have agreed, but no details have yet been published. So, is it really the end of the saga? Somehow, I don't think so. At best, it looks to me like PMG have done what they do best: scammed the smaller shareholders and pushed the can down the road. More debts is not going to help KTM one bit as far as I'm concerned. It will just exacerbate the problems. But what does it all mean for the average owner and buyer? Well, it means KTM is likely to survive, at least for now, and someone will continue churning out those orange machines. The 390 Adventure, Duke and all the rest of the small capacity bikes will be being made by Bajaj in India, and the rest is still uncertain. If the promissory notes are not turned into cold hard cash by the end of May, then there may still be trouble ahead. There is more news involving KTM, Husqvarna and GasGas, but that's a different story and I will cover that soon. For now, all we can do is wait and hope that the additional 550 million comes in. Will Bajaj increase their stake further? Will the secret investor be revealed? And how will KTM adapt to this new financial reality? Only time will tell. For now, it seems like KTM has been given a lifeline. They've got a tough road ahead and still have a lot of money to find. But with the support of Bajaj, their creditors and hopefully a bit of good luck, they might just pull through. Right then, that's all for today. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think KTM will bounce back stronger than ever, or are they still in deep trouble? Thanks as always to everyone, but especially the BAREBONESMC family who support me with donations. Without them, none of this would be possible. Try and remember to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Sharing the video anywhere you think people will be interested helps us too now the YouTube algorithm has thrown us in the bin again. And if you'd like to help us to stay truly independent, you can make a one-off donation or join our group of monthly subscribers on the Ko-fi link in the description below. Monthly subscribers get access to a private group where I share videos I can't screen on YouTube. And people who make a one-off donation get exactly the same access as the monthly subscribers. It just resets after 30 days. That means for a minimum donation of just £1, you get to see if you think the extra content is worth more than £1 a month. If you do, you choose the amount you can afford to chip in each month. Remember, we make the best biker t-shirts too. With original designs throughout, we have hundreds of the best biker t-shirts anywhere. Take a look around the shop to see what's on offer. We have quality t-shirts, graphic print t-shirts and neck gaiters all available worldwide. Whatever you ride, there's something for everyone. And if you can't find what you want, just drop me a line. Custom work is not a problem. Links to the main website and the Redbubble shop are in the description. Thanks as always to all the supporters for all your help keeping the channel going. Without you, it just wouldn't exist. Have a great week. And always remember, keep your spanners close and your keys even closer. Ride free, everyone.
Well, I got up.